Old Fort Meade Museum.
Yeah, we were saw some signs and we decided to call an audible and come check this out. We used to live next to the another Fort Meade, the one in Maryland.
So we thought we had to check it out because
So
it feels like home. So,
yep,
yeah,
so we're gonna
take
take
you
a peek
along.
around. Neat tie-in from Little Bighorn, where we were recently. Major Reno, who you may recall, was one of the Custer's subordinate commanders, and he was apparently spotted peeking through a window at the daughter of General Sturgis, who was the commanding general here, and he was subsequently court-martialed and kicked out of the army for it. He died a pauper in Washington, D.C.
So interesting.
Hey, we've had a minute to look around the museum, and there's some pretty fascinating bits of memorabilia here. Here we've got a picture of Comanche. Comanche was the lone survivor of Custer's command from Little Bighorn. He was a horse. We've got a pair of horseshoes there, and we got some pictures of Comanche, who apparently lived out his days here at Fort Meade. He died in 1891 at the age of 29. There's a second lieutenant, Jack Sturgis, who was the general's son who was killed with Custer at Little Bighorn. Some other letters from people who served here.
So this is a Sibley stove. We saw one of these at the the Bighorn County Museum.
Yes.
And one of the things they mentioned was that there's few of them that survive because if you look at it, it's not much to look at. And so very few people think to preserve it. So there are very few still around, which is cool. But also, this is a exhibit on the band that was here at Fort Meade, which is kind of cool because this was just the this was the 4th Cavalry Band here at Fort Meade. But at Fort Meade in Maryland, of course, that is where the band is permanently stationed. So kind of cool connection.
So there's a neat story here about Poker Alice. There's a woman who traveled to Deadwood in the 1890s and married a man named William Tubbs. When he died in 1910, she returned to her previous career of being a gambler and madam, opened a house of ill repute outside of Fort Meade. At one point, shoulders were getting a bit rowdy in the saloon, and so she fired her gun to quiet them down and accidentally killed a soldier from the cavalry. Partly because of that, and she was found innocent of doing that, but because of the hubbub, I guess, that occurred from that, they went and closed her establishment and shut her down. Well, it's a peaceful place.
It's a beautiful view.
Yeah. This is the gravestone of Corporal L. Ross Hallen from Company A, 25th U.S. Infantry. This is one of the first 4 original Buffalo Soldier regiments. The 9th, 10th Cavalry, and the 24th and 25th Infantry. Corporal Hallen had an interesting history here. It's not necessarily a good one. So he beat up his girlfriend, who then went to see a doctor in town by the name of Dr. Lynch. Dr. Lynch advised her to stay away from him, and when she informed him of this, Corporal Hallen took a gun and went into town and murdered Dr. Lynch. And he was immediately arrested, put into jail, where the townspeople, outraged at what had happened, broke in and lynched him. So, ironically, Corporal Hallen was lynched for murdering Dr. Lynch. So, that concludes our visit here to the cemetery. Thanks for watching.